should independent contractors be able to set your own rate? Well, we have our weekly story from Matt. Matt, if you're here, I know you were here earlier. But yes, we have our Matt's Corner topic segment, which actually I texted you this. I said, hey, did you see Matt's post about this? We got to put this in the show. So this one was on me. But either way, Matt's Corner. Matt said independent contractors set their own rates. Independent contractors generally set their own rates for the service they provide. This is a defining characteristic that distinguishes them from employees. As independent professionals, they have the autonomy to determine how much to charge per hour, per project, or using other pricing models. And these rates can vary from client to client or job to job. So, out of all the millions and millions of Uber drivers out there, how many times have you been able to set your rates where you want or where you feel comfortable taking rides? Let's say you have a car and it costs you 86 cents per mile just to operate that vehicle. Are you getting paid 86 cents per mile? No, maybe not. Maybe you're getting paid 70 cents on average per mile. Or what if you were looking to be able to cover the cost of your car and then actually earn more on top of that so you could pay bills and put some into savings or whatever it might be? So maybe you wanted it to be at $1.40 per mile, something that would be a little bit easier. Are you able to do that? No. Oh, that's right. So are we really independent contractors? Or is it just we say we're independent contractors, but yet you're really an employee because you don't pass the little test of setting your own rate?
We're dependent contractors. Contractors. We're not independent contractors.
Which dependent contractor is just a keyword for employee.
A bitch.
Hey everyone, Sergio here with the Rideshare Guy. What do we say on Show Me the Money Club? Work smarter, not harder. If you aren't using the Solo app, which I have been for the past year and a half, you may be working a lot harder than you need to. Let's change that. Download the app, link your account where you can manage your income, track your expenses, as well as your taxes. Not only that, but you can plan by optimizing your time, make more money, and even guarantee your daily pay with guaranteed earnings. Download the Solo app today. Begin to work smarter, not harder. Link is in the description. Let's get back to it.
So Ali said, I concur. However, for the sake of argument, now Ali, either you're not a driver or you don't understand how this shit works, but you responded to Matt saying, I concur. However, for the sake of argument, companies such as Uber could contend that once an offer is presented, it is entirely at the discretion of the individual whether to accept the task at the stated rate or not.
You know what? You know what though? Here's that would make perfect sense if it was just picking up and dropping off. Not a problem. If it was just picking up and dropping. Huh?
Oh, did you see this one?
Okay. I don't know. I didn't get an email. I don't have a text.
I think we're safe.
Either way, here's one of the problems. You could say that if it was just pick up and drop off, but the problem is it's become a game. It's the gamification of rideshare. So it's like you're at the casino. You hear the bells, you hear the whistles, you hear the, hey, you better take this ride because if you don't, you're not going to get whatever it is that you're supposed to be getting. Maybe you're not going to be able to get your status because your acceptance rate. Maybe you need to hit advantage versus standard, 5% pay boost. All of these things is to gamify you to accept the lowest offer they give you. So it's built against you. So you can't really actually say that anymore, where it's entirely at the discretion because the problem is you as Uber are behaviorally changing the game by trying to manipulate the driver into accepting a ride that they normally would not accept in the first place.
Yeah.
So you can't actually say that anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I would love to be able to say, hey, that would make sense.
We did have this, by the way.
Literally picking up and dropping off, but the reality is that's not how Uber and Lyft are operating anymore. They gamified the system.
We had this for 9 months when AB5 was the law in California. At least they acted like it. Lyft completely ignored it, but Uber gave us a chance to bid or set our multiplier at the pace that we wanted. But then they spent 240 million and came and crushed AB5 to pass Prop 22. So that's what they did.
I mean, think about it though. That's I like this. I like the multiplier rate because you could set your own multiplier. You could say, hey, this is the base rate. This is what we are going to pay drivers at the base. If you want that higher, you can set it up to 5x. And I think anything over 5x is, you know, probably pushing it and probably not going to get that. But I think that's well within the realm of possibilities.
I think so. I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great idea. You know, you set your multiplier too high, you go hungry for a day, then you adjust, my man. You know what I mean?
And you know, talking about that way back when, you know, one of the things that I always said is Uber could actually make more money by having the rate set because you're already proving that you could take that. So if you actually paid the driver more, you could actually get more money out of that particular ride. And, you know,
it's quality over quantity, my man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then they're 5. Like, oh, well, and then you're like, but then the problem was Uber also pitted the driver or the passenger against the driver, because if you had a fare that was, let's say 1.8x, or 2x or whatever it might be, they would send a notification to the passenger saying, oh, your fare is higher because the driver has a higher rate set. So it's like, fuck you either way.
That's a good point. That's a good point. They would do that, wouldn't they? They would backstab the driver. Yeah.
No, they did that.
Yeah. Well,
they did. They actually did that. That's the thing. I'm surprised you didn't see that. Yeah, they actually did that. They would send passengers a little thing that says the driver is not driving at the rate that we offer. They're driving at a higher rate, and that's why your rate is higher.
Yeah, true. Yep. Let's go to the next one, buddy. We're
all right. With that being said, yes, you should be able to set your own rates. I think we should. We should have that. But unfortunately, so let's move on.
Dependent contractors that we are. Dependent. We're dependent contractors.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.